Have you ever wondered how a single seed, seemingly small and insignificant, can grow into a colossal tree that shapes the entire landscape around it? This is the very question that lies at the heart of Eva Dao's remarkable book, House of Huawei, The Secret History of China's Most Powerful Company. It is a story not just of technology, but of human ambition, resilience, and the relentless forces of history. The book begins by painting a picture of a China just awakening from a long slumber, a place of immense potential and profound challenges. The man at the center of this technological ecosystem is Ren Zhengfei. He was not a young prodigy from a privileged background, but a former engineer in the People's Liberation Army. In the 1980s, he found himself in the burgeoning city of Shenzhen, a special economic zone that was little more than a fishing village, buzzing with the promise of a new era. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Huawei ecosystem, as detailed in the book, is its internal philosophy, famously known as wolf culture. Imagine a pack of wolves in the wild, incredibly resilient, fiercely territorial, and working with an almost telepathic coordination to achieve a common goal: survival and dominance. This is the mindset that Ren Zhengfei instilled in his employees from the very beginning. It demanded absolute dedication, a willingness to endure hardship, and an insatiable hunger for success against all odds. Employees were expected to work punishingly long hours, often sleeping on simple cots or mattresses in the office to save time. Sales teams were known for their aggressive, almost militaristic tactics. They would embed themselves in remote, often dangerous regions of the world, from the African plains to war-torn territories, simply to win a contract. The journey of Huawei is a classic tale of evolution, much like watching a species adapt and transform over generations to master its environment. In its infancy, Huawei was a mimic. The company's engineers would meticulously disassemble telephone switches made by Western firms, a process known as reverse engineering. They weren't just copying, they were learning. Each circuit board, each line of code was a lesson. This was a slow, painstaking process, but it was the necessary first step on a long journey from imitation to innovation. While Western companies focused on the lucrative major cities, Huawei went where its competitors would not. It laid fiber optic cables in remote mountain villages and built cell towers in underserved towns. The turning point came when Huawei transitioned from being a follower to a leader. The company began pouring a significant portion of its revenue back into research and development, far more than many of its rivals. At the center of this sprawling global empire stands a family, adding a layer of human drama and complexity to the corporate saga. House of Huawei is not just a clever title, it is a literal description of the company's power structure. The founder, Ren Zhengfei, is the patriarch, a figure who commands immense respect and authority. His leadership style is often described as paternalistic, a blend of strict discipline and genuine care for his employees. The story becomes even more compelling when we look at the next generation, particularly Ren's daughter, Meng Wanzhou. Groomed from a young age to take on a leadership role, she rose through the ranks to become the company's chief financial officer. However, her story took a dramatic and public turn in 2018 when she was arrested in Canada at the request of the United States. This event transformed her from a corporate executive into a central figure in a high-stakes geopolitical confrontation. Imagine a magnificent ship, built with incredible skill and precision, that suddenly finds itself sailing into the heart of a perfect storm. This is the situation Huawei entered as it became a titan of global telecommunications. The company's success, particularly its dominance in fifth-generation technology, began to trigger alarm bells in the halls of power in Washington, D.C. and other Western capitals. The central concern, as detailed in the book, revolved around national security. Could Huawei's equipment, which forms the backbone of modern communication networks, be used by the Chinese government for espionage? This question became the eye of a geopolitical hurricane that continues to rage today. The United States government began to view Huawei not as a commercial competitor, but as a potential national security threat. The storm surrounding Huawei has created deep divisions, not just between nations, but across the entire global landscape. The world has been forced to choose a side in what has been dubbed the Tech Cold War. Countries like the United Kingdom, Australia and Japan have largely followed suit, opting to trust their traditional security partners and exclude Huawei's equipment from their most critical infrastructure. On the other side, many other nations have taken a different path. For countries across Africa, Asia and Latin America, Huawei offers a compelling proposition: advanced technology at an affordable price. This has resulted in a fractured global map for fifth generation, where the network infrastructure in one country might be built by Huawei, while its immediate neighbor uses equipment from European competitors like Nokia or Ericsson. As we close the final pages of Avadu's insightful book, we are left not with an ending, but with a profound and unsettling question mark. The story of Huawei is far from over. In fact, the most critical chapter may be the one that is currently being written. The company has proven its incredible resilience, surviving the initial shock of American sanctions and pivoting with remarkable speed. The wolf, though wounded, is far from defeated. As you put your own phone down tonight or connect to your home Wi-Fi, it's worth considering the invisible networks and the immense geopolitical forces that make that simple connection possible. In a world that is more connected than ever, what does it truly take to build trust? And what are the consequences when that trust is broken?